secure for sea. The ship's moving around a little bit. It's going to move around some more. You know, you walk around, you don't see people covered with sweat today for a change. And the boat's moving. It's a little drier. It's going to get even drier than that, and the boat's going to move some more. So let's get out, tie things down, and make sure we're ready for that.
We're heading down to Australia. The sea's pretty good size, good swells. I think the deck's all the way up to 30+ feet.
I haven't seen pitching decks like this since maybe 1985, 20 years ago in the North Atlantic, and had not seen the deck move quite this much.
You would think that 5 months into cruise that we would be pretty proficient. I think we are, but you know, here we're out doing pitching deck. Do I agree with it or disagree? It's not for me to say. It's probably a little bit beyond where we needed to be.
Taking off and landing on an aircraft carrier is, from a pilot standpoint, is a perishable skill. We've learned over the years that a certain amount of practice in certain conditions is required to maintain the capability to do that professionally and well.
This is absolutely more dangerous than it was actually flying missions in the Gulf.
Go get 'em.
We got lucky in the Gulf. The seas are pretty calm. But out here, pitching decks, this is scarier. You still gotta come back and land on the boat.
If this is a landing area, you know, it normally looks about like that. All of a sudden you're kind of seeing it like this and then seeing it like that. So you have to do all your normal procedures, but now you add to it the visual perception here that is changing, and you can't decide if it's your mind or the boat. That's why it's such a challenge.
Your brain, when you come aboard, you kind of start to think that the runway is a fixed object. That's what you reference things on, where it's not a fixed object and it's actually moving. It'll kill you in a second. You know, you won't be the first one to fly into the water behind the ship. Or to hit the back of the ship, or miss the whole landing area, or do a long bolter and end up in the water. It's a dangerous job.
Strap the waist, make a ready deck. Paddles, lenses on, you have control, 3.5 degree glide slope, targeting 3 wire. Stand by to recover aircraft.
Yeah.
What a paddles does is we go up onto the back of the ship, and we're there in case the pilots need us to help them land their aircraft. For us on the platform, we have simply the plat camera. We have a set of crosshairs on there where the plane should be, right in the middle of those crosshairs.
27 right on ball 52.
We have the radios, we talk to the pilots, we give them more information than they could receive from the ship, basically to help them get aboard.
107 approach final bearing 174, flying 290.
Little power. Easy with it.
He's in a good spot.
Slide it down when heading your little 5-5.
Easy with it. Easy with it.
Chase it down.
Easy with it. Easy with it. Easy with it. Easy with it.
When you're coming aboard, you're aiming for that third wire and the OK pass. When you don't hit a wire at all, if you put in a little bit too much power there at the end and you touch down past the wires, and have to go back around again, it's called a bolter.
Just watching. I got some pilots that I worry about. Because, you know, the first thing, you don't want to lose anybody, and number two, the airplanes are pretty expensive and it's tax dollars. You know, if they go to the bottom of the ocean, there's not a whole lot you can do with them.
You're 10? Okay. He misses, we'll
Wag him now.
He's looking pretty good though.
Easy with it, easy with it, easy with it.
Till he's climbing now. He's out of the... Keep the hawk on him means we need to keep the tanker on him to watch him, because if he misses again, he's going to have to be tanked for sure.
203 around ball 5.5.
Roger ball, 28 knots mobilus.
Here we go, see if he lands.
He won't miss. Chicken bone, chicken bone, chicken bone.
He did the last time. And not by a little either. He about hooked
Look at him now. Beautiful. Symmetrical, beautiful.
No, now he's chasing.
No, he's in there. Look at that. That's pretty. Down.
Down. See ya.
Out of there.
Keep the hawk on him.
Keep the hawk on him, for sure. Yes, sir.
He'll definitely be trick or treat for 2.5.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Trick or treat 2.5. Trick or treat means that, you know, it's like going door to door, trick or treat, and then he's going to give him 2,500 pounds of gas.
We cannot afford to have an aircraft that's starved for fuel. The Nimitz is 700 miles away from the nearest divert field. No one was going to make it 700 miles.
It's simply a different feeling when you know there's no divert available. There's no safety net out and around the aircraft carrier that you can go to if you have some emergency with your airplane. You have to land back on this ship.
Come left, steer course 112 degrees.
Come left, steer course 112 degrees aye.
The choices are either to land on the ship or jump out alongside the ship. I'm uncomfortable with the conditions, so we decided to scrub the remaining night events, but we still had aircraft we need to recover in the dark.
No matter how long you do this business, you never get used to the nighttime. At night, your visual is not as accurate as it is in the daytime. So you can get vertigo. You know, they always tell people to respect nature. Respect the sea, never turn your back on the ocean. I mean, all the little things that you learn. It's the same thing, you better respect the night.
When we've got 12 airplanes airborne, and we're going to have to launch 3 tankers to put some extra gas in the air in case guys have trouble getting aboard. The problem with doing that, though, is we also have to land those airplanes. So the more people you put in the skies, the more planes you have to land.
One of my jobs this evening is to be a recovery tanker for the jets coming down, and I'm feeling like basically this is crazy, and what's the point of doing all this? When I think I'm going to go, the deck is down, so they actually sit there and wait for another 5 or 6 seconds so they don't shoot you into the water, more or less. When it comes to pitching deck, I would say that I am more of a novice, or at least my experience has been limited. And I know enough to know that the conditions we're starting to get extreme would be a fair way to characterize them.
Look at that. That is like
Huh?
I didn't know a big rig like this could move like this.
07, Mike, Final Bear 175, you're inside a Hornet at 8 miles.